The REST API call function step is used to integrate and interact with external applications or systems that support REST API calls. When you drop this step to the function's canvas, the Properties panel appears on the right side. In Endpoint dropdown, you can select an endpoint from the drop-down list of endpoints that have been already added in the Resources section. The URL field will appear below with the URL that you provided in the Resources section. You can provide the values to the fields that appear after you select an endpoint. In Output Variable field, you can store the output to a variable which can be used in the succeeding steps of function workflow. Suppose you are building an e-commerce application that requires integration with a product inventory management system. You want to fetch the product details from the Inventory Systems API to display them on your application. Let's add an endpoint for this purpose. Go to the Resources section. Then click on REST API Endpoints. Click on Add Endpoint button. Then provide endpoint details. Enter endpoint name as Get All Products. Select endpoint type as Get from the drop-down. Enter URL as https://list-api.com/products. Enter header as content type and click Add Header. Leave the default status code 200 as it is or modify it if needed. Select response type as Object List from drop-down. Under Fields, enter Product ID and click Add Field. Then enter Description and click Add Field. Finally, enter Product Type and click Add Field. The added fields will be reflected here. Click on Save Changes to add the Get All Products endpoint. Then go to the created function. Drag and drop REST API call function step to the canvas. Under Properties section, select the endpoint as Get All Products. The entered URL will appear below. In Header field, enter application/JSON. In Output Variable field, enter $product details. Save changes by selecting Save Changes option from File menu. This is how you can configure and use REST API call function step.